Good morning, year five. It is our social studies lesson now, and in social studies, we were discussing about tourism in Alps. In the last lesson, we saw the some of what is tourism, and then we saw some positive and negative impact of tourism. So let's recap what we studied today. Let's talk about what you think of when you hear of the word tourism. Yeah, we discussed all this in the last lesson. So, tourism is where people travel to a place for pleasure, such as a holiday. These people are called tourists. Tourism can be abroad or in a country you live. You can go in your country also if you're going to different places, that it's also tourism. There are different types of tourism, like if you're going on a beach. So, a beach holiday, a relaxing holiday where people may take part in water sports. Then it can be entertainment tourism, like when you go to some theme parks or theaters, and that's also a form of tourism. Then active tourism, like when you like we discussed in the Alps, like hiking, climbing mountains, holiday. Those are known as active tourism. Then cultural tourism is trips to a historical places or museums or art galleries. That is known as cultural tourism. Then faith tourism is this is where people travel to sites that are significant to their religion, like some religious places where they go to visit some famous religious places. That is faith tourism. And then we have ecotourism. Ecotourism is environment friendly holidays where people might go to help with these places that has been damaged. So like they go to these places which has been damaged with a slogan of take only photographs and leave only footprints, means they go with a message to save the to protect that place or to save that place. So these were some type of tourism. Then the growth of tourism, since the middle of the 20th century, the number of tourists each year has grown from 25 million to over 1 billion. There's lots of reasons for this. Now we see that as we like in the olden days, it was not so much, not so common to that people traveled. It was like it was not very common. But nowadays it's become very common, like whenever there's a holiday people like to go. So what are the reasons for increase in tourism? In olden days there was not much of tourism, but now it has grown, it has increased. Tourism has increased. Why? Because some of the reasons could be people have more money they left over after they have done their essential important things. Then travel has become cheaper and easier, especially traveling by air has become much affordable compared to the earlier times. Then people have paid time leave off from their jobs to go on a holiday. People get paid leave so they can go on a holiday. And then the most important is internet has made it easier for people to find and book interesting holidays. So if we want to go and find out which place should I go for a holiday, we can Google out on internet, find out, and we can easily book our holiday trip. So tourism has increased because of some of these reasons: availability of internet, easy transportation, cheaper transportation, more money people have nowadays. Some advantages and disadvantages. This is the slide we discussed in our last lesson, like what are the some advantages and what are some disadvantages. You can just read through this slide. We have discussed this in our previous lesson. So today we are going to, that was a recap. Now today is what we are going to do is, what you're going to learn is to understand the concept of sustainable tourism, including why it is important and how it can be achieved. So, tourism has some negative impacts. So, today we are going to learn what are the negative impacts and how we can improve, how this can it can be improved. So, are the tourists ruining the environment? Sustainable tourism. What is sustainable tourism? Sustainable tourism is becoming more popular. This is where tourists visit a place with an aim of having a positive effect on the environment, people, and finance of the place. Means they go there for entertainment as well as with the aim that they will uh, save the place. They will not harm the environment. And the United Nations describes sustainable tourism as tourism that respects both local people and the traveler, the cultural heritage, and the environment. Example of sustainable tourism includes only using business owned by people in the local community. So if you're going to a place with keeping in mind sustainable tourism, then you will take or purchase things made that are locally made. Like if you want to buy some souvenir or you want to buy something from you buy it from the local people there so that it benefits them. Okay, this and also the this business also includes hotel, restaurants, and shops. Learning about about their culture and visiting the places which you can see their culture, being environmental friendly while using, supporting local charity. So if there's any local charitable organization, so while you're going on a holiday, you can support those charitable local charitable organizations. So these are some ways of which nowadays people are thinking about sustainable tourism. So you will watch the video here. Again, you will get some examples if you watch this video of what is sustainable tourism and how people are slowly moving towards sustainable tourism and why it is important. It's very important to save and protect the environment, right? So sustainable tourism is one way, like if you're going to a place, buy the local products so that they benefit from the tourism, they get the money. So some of more examples you will find in the video. So you in this video you have to note down some examples, write down some ideas while you're watching this video. So that's your lesson. That's our lesson today. You while you're watching the video, you will write down in your copybook what is sustainable tourism. Okay, and some ways, like we discussed here also, some ways in which tourism, what can you do to have, some ways in which we can save the environment and we can help the local people when we are traveling. So I want you to write down what is sustainable tourism and some ideas when you watch this video. Then write what ACP have we used here. Now, which ACP do you think we have used? According to me, it could be for according to me, it is I think linking big picture thinking, because you're seeing in the bigger perspective of something like how to save and protect the environment. So think of what ACP you are using and which VA you are using, and then you can write down and post it on Class Dojo. Thank you. That's a lesson for today. Bye.